Hi, I'm Dan Classing with your Tuesday training tip. Today I'm going to go over the exercise I refer to as the slalom exercise. Here I'm doing it with 6-year-old homebred, etc. Just starting out with the jumps quite low, and I'm working on right angled turns. So the fences are perpendicular to one another. So if you jump the jumps head on, you're going to have two 90-degree turns. I want the horses to change their lead over each fence, or a horse of this experience. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm also looking for him to follow my leg and my weight through the turns. You see he struggles a little bit, which is pretty normal, but I think it's important in this exercise to be fairly committed, because I think the horses, they learn, and it also is great exercise for teaching them to lock onto the jumps if they're used to having a little bit of pressure put on them, but then following your leg and your weight and looking for each jump, even if it seems like it's a difficult approach. And I think you can see that happening here with etc. So setting this exercise up, I don't walk the distance of the 4-stride line. The way that I do it is I look for a line down the middle, and I walk the distance on the straight line. So you could see that there. I'm looking for a distance of 42 to 45 feet, which would be a short schooling 3-stride. Doing it that way allows me to know that the distance between each one is the same. So if you are finding your second turn to be tighter than your first one, it's not because the jumps are in the wrong relation to each other. It's because your horse's stride or your line has gotten longer or incorrect as you went through it. So now Pop has done that a few times. He's following my legs through the turn, and just to change things up, now I'm going down the straight line, just more of a show jumping exercise and working on straightness. And then I'm going to come through and I'm going to do the slalom, the other exercise that's available, which is the straight line down the middle, which is not working on your turning, which is more of a jumping angles exercise. So it's good to start that when they're young, because they're going to see a lot of that later in their eventing careers. And then I'm going to show you the upper level application of this sort of exercise. So what we have here is one of the tougher exercises they had at Bromont a few years ago. It caused a lot of trouble. But it's essentially the same thing over bigger, more technical fences. You see a left turn. You see Gangster's Game follows my legs through the turn. And again, a change of direction. But you see that I don't use too much hand, that throughout he's following my leg to find the next jump.